see more shenanigans.
That was beautiful, by the way.
Sure. Tell me anything. Hey, y'all. Hey.
What up?
Y'all, I don't know what we talking about. Jervis, what we talking about today?
What we talking about?
We ain't talking
about nothing. But what we talking about? So I got a question for you. You've been married 3.5 years.
Yes.
What has marriage taught you about yourself?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it's taught me about my tone.
Your tone?
Yeah. Recognizing my tone and actually caring about my tone and delivery. Let me say that. Delivery. Not necessarily tone, but delivery. Yeah, I think it's taught me about my delivery and being able to just recognize that my delivery could come off a little bit harsh.
Okay.
Although, let me be very clear, I've always known that my delivery comes off a little bit harsh. Because that's just that's just how I talk. It's one of those of that's just how I talk, and I have to catch myself. So me being married has allowed me to really catch myself in a moment. Girl, adjust, because I may be thinking it one way, but it's coming out way worse than what I'm thinking, and then it's girl, do you know what you just said? Because people have told me dang, Shanika, why you say that like that? Why you talking to him like that? I'm like, what?
It sounded better in my head when I said
what? All I said was X, Y, Z. And they're but it's how you said it. And I mean, because you can attest to people have calling me out like that in the middle of conversation, dang, Shanika, why you say it like that? And I'm like, I ain't say shit. But apparently I said shit. Just saying. What about you?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, it's taught me.
There you go with that commentary voice.
To be more empathetic.
Okay. Expound on that.
So it's taught me when in part of marriage you have to be able to communicate your feelings or say them. So when you tell me something or something is telling you how it made you feel, it's almost as dang, I feel it too. Whereas most time in the past, when people tell me, I'll be like, okay. And the whole time I'm like, I don't care about this. Why you telling me this?
Don't care about nothing. You don't care about nothing.
I don't. But
that's
when
sad.
when you tell me, it's one of those things where it's I've learned to be more empathetic to people in their situations.
Mm-hmm.
And it stems from with you dead. So now I'm thinking about it as oh, well, I'm looking at it from a different point of view, a different perspective, maybe from a woman or someone who hasn't been in my position as on the outside coming in. So now it's making me more empathetic to their situation, being able to put myself in their position and be able to understand where they're coming from.
Would you say you was self-centered before?
I can say that.
I'm just asking.
I want to say, I'm not going to say self-centered.
Mm-hmm.
I would say more so naive to the fact that it's okay, this is the way to do it. This is how you do it. Why can't you do it like this?
So you want open-minded.
Open-minded.
Well, other way, or you just thought that was the one way.
And then the realization that, hey, it's more than one way to skin a cat.
Right.
So
that's your favorite saying.
It is. So being able to be empathetic, okay, understanding why that person made the decision, or why they were in that, or how that could be seen as a different situation. Mm-hmm. So that's one of those things where it's okay, I can understand why you would feel that way.
Yeah.
And I do that with you, okay, well, why does it feel well? You know what? So now it's one of those things where it's a lot of times trying to be as protective mode or understanding okay, I know how this will make her feel. So it's one of those things trying to make her hey. So it's one of those things being able to be a safe space for you where I'm empathetic to your situation and also understanding how to be able to create a safe space for you to be able to be yourself and be who you are.
Yeah.
So that's the thing for me is like being able to be empathetic. It's taught me that like, hey, you actually are more empathetic than you realize.
Yeah.
And being able to do it.
I think another thing that marriage has taught me is that it's okay to trust that somebody else got your back. That's still a learning process for me because I don't trust many niggas. But it's teaching me that because the thing is, it's like we talked about on that one episode when it was like, being married is fun. Being married is great as long as you're married to the right person, right? And so a part of being married to the right person allows you to relax as a woman, right? It allows me to relax more and not feel like I gotta do every single thing myself, or like I can rely on this person, meaning you, to have my back. I can trust that this person is going to like take care of us financially if something happened, or mentally, emotionally, whatever, and be there to support me if need be. Especially coming from a person like I'm a strong black woman, right? Growing up in a household just me and my mom, right? So it's like being married has taught me that like it's okay to put that cape down, right? And I think that's like pretty dope because and I read in True Story at my wedding, I didn't have a a veil. I didn't do a veil. I opted for an actual cape, a bridal cape. And as a part of my vows, I took it off as a symbolism of like, I'm taking off my cape and trusting you, yada, yada, yada. Well, has that road been easy throughout this marriage? No, because it's still like there's certain things as an individual like that you want, like you expect things to be done a certain way, like it's how you're looking at it. And that person, you not measuring up to that in that particular time or in that way that it is in my head. It's like, I don't know, buddy, old pal, let me put my cape on for this instance right here. You know what I'm saying? And not for that one, right? I can keep it off for that, but I need to put it back on for this one until you show and prove to me, right, that this is a situation I could be relaxed in. And, and I think when I communicate that, you understand it and you're like, oh, okay, this is how you need me to show up. Because you may be thinking in your head you're doing it. And I'm like, but I don't see it. Where is it? Oh, where they at? Hey, never mind. Anyway, it's too much TikTok. But, but yeah, I think it definitely that's like one of the main things. That's another thing that it has taught me.
What's taught
you? Yeah, I think that was your question.
Oh yeah, that was my question.
Okay.
You answered it well.
All right.
I think another thing for me that marriage has taught me is that it's things that you can always continue to grow and learn.
Yeah, true.
Don't be a know-it-all.
Yeah.
Because how you are 3 years ago or whatever,
it ain't gonna be
the same.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to learn, adjust.
You should continue to be a student of life.
Exactly.
A student of life. Yes.
Exactly. And I know I struggle with that sometimes because it's like, you know what? All right, I get into a routine. I'm like, okay, this is how it goes. This is how it goes.
Oh my God.
And then when that thing got to change, I'll be like,
it's like pulling teeth.
Why we got to do this? Why does that? It's a resistance to fighting, man.
Baby, resist. Y'all see me?
Man. So here's my thing. Here's my thing on that.
When
the first thing it becomes, I'll be like, man, I know me, it's always about the start. Once I started, then it's fine. Yeah. It's me psyching myself like, okay, you gotta start it. All right, you gotta do it. All right, I'm gonna procrastinate. And I procrastinate. So I'm like, damn, well, what? I'll question myself or do self-doubt. So it's one of those things where it's like, you know what? At the end of the day, it's like, push yourself off the ledge and just go ahead and do it. So now when I do it, I'm like, okay, I got it. So now I'm able to adjust and do that. It's just that initial reaction for me that gets me. Yeah. So that's what I would say.
Yeah, that'd be taking me out, boy. It'd be like either it's pulling teeth to get you started, or it's pulling teeth to get you to change the routine. And I'd be like, bro, I can't win for losing. I'm this motherfucker finna go to jail.
I married a gangster.
I ain't gonna throw no games out.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
But nah, for real. Yeah, I think that was the main 2 points. I feel like it's some other ones, but they'll come to me later.
Come to you later.
Yeah. So, anything else you want to add on the topic? I think that was nice and simple and cute and sweet.
Yeah.
All right, what's the question? What's today's question from the Black Love Game?
Ooh. Well, what the question is,
There you go. This commentator.
how have you changed since we were first together?
That sounds grammatically incorrect. How have you changed since we were first together? That sounds very weird in my head. Well, that basically literally go with the question. I think that was it. Just like I said earlier, just being more mindful of like my delivery. I think, and I keep saying it because I think that is, for me, in my opinion, you can say otherwise, but I think that's the biggest change I've made, and the most important one too, because I can be talking and then I'm talking and talking and I'm talking and talking and talking and I'm like, oh shit, why just get loud? Right? And I'm like, and then you could be like, girl, what you yelling for? And then the thing is, it be that moment, and I notice if my voice is slowly just projecting because I visibly see you start to decline, like retreat, right? What's that, retreat? I don't know.
Retreat?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Retreat. And you like, and you're shutting down, and I'm like, what you shutting down for? And I'm like, oh. So then I say, what you shutting down for?
And I open up like a book.
Like, my bad. And I literally be like, my bad. I just realized I was yelling. My bad. I was not trying to yell. But when I'm passionate about something, my voice just gets louder and louder and louder. And I'm like,
and for, like, that's just a normal reaction because I do that the same thing sometimes too. When
yeah, you do. I be like, bruh, like, calm down.
Look. Oh.
But here's the main difference between the two of us. I don't retreat. But also, that your voice only does that when you're talking about a topic that ain't got nothing to do with us. It does that in sports. It does it when you talk about people at work. It does anything else, but it's not when you're talking when it has something to do with us. Right. So I gotta give you that right there. So yeah, of course I'm not gonna retreat because for what you ain't got. I just be looking at you like, you know you loud, right? And in my ear, because y'all, I don't like unnecessary noise. Crazy, right? And I be loud as hell. But and my brain starts to register his loudness with like, what is all this noise about? It's too much. What about you?
Me? Well, I've lost weight since I've been married. You know, I have a woman, a wife, who has. That's a good thing.
Nah, you lost weight. You lose weight and you gain weight and you lose weight and you gain weight.
Oh, she a hater. I've lost weight. From you go back and look at our pictures from when we
very first started dating.
Yes.
Oh, you know, I was thinking about when we were married. I said you lose weight and gain weight. That we both do. Okay, my bad, John. Let me shut up. My bad.
I've been real.
My bad, John.
We've been prioritizing my health. It'll be making sure eating right.
Yeah.
Good. So getting back into the gym, physical activity more. It's also taught me to be able to be more open. I've been more open.
Since we first started dating? Yeah, you have. You have been a lot of it. This is like crazy. Because for you to say you've been more open, in my mind, I still feel like you ain't open enough. But when I look back from the moment we started dating up until now, you have. Like, you've really grown in that area. So kudos to you. Oh, yeah. I got that juice.
Yeah. Got the juice.
But no, so you're right, because most of the time when I'm thinking about it, I'm just thinking about like in the now and in the moment. But when you think about from that time to now, yeah, you're right.
Okay. So it's just one of those things, and she just brings up a good point. Is sometimes you think of the right now and you lose sight of the progress from when you first started to where you are now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's progress. It may not still be the end ultimate goal that you've gotten to.
Yeah.
But you lose track, like, oh.
Yeah, I'm big upon it. Celebrate small wins.
Exactly.
Let's go out for drinks. Saying, let's go. We gotta go, y'all. We're going for drinks. Nah,
what's gonna happen after them drinks?
That's not for these people to know.
We'll let them use their imagination.
All right, so let's go.
Okay.
Do you want to go, or do you want to still be sitting on this couch?
All right, y'all. I think that's a wrap. Thank you.
And with that being said, like, subscribe, and put in the comments, y'all answers to these questions. How have you changed since you first started dating your partner, and how has marriage changed you? We look forward to reading it. I'll be in the comments, so I'm gonna respond to y'all. Toodaloo. Thank you for coming to another episode of Seymour Shenanigans.